Hello. After much digging and pouring and bashing and reaching and spraying and clicking and laying, the workshop exterior is done. It's now all watertight and solid as a rock. I mean, it's so many layers on it, it's like a nuclear bunker. And what we're now left with is a great big, echoing space of potential. This means that I can now turn to the fun part, designing the interior. Oh, there are so many exciting things that I want to create in this space, so I'll be sharing the progress with you in stages. Today, though, I want to focus on what is probably the most fundamental principle of this room: to be a clean workshop. Workshops have two conflicting environments. One is a place to create mess, sawdust, sparks, and chunks flying, glue splattering. Yet the other is almost the exact opposite, where pristine and surgical environments are key, where every speck of dust is the enemy of a professional finish. Have you ever had a paint finish spoiled by specks of dust? Those annoying hairs land on your varnish, resin contaminated by dirt. You know how annoying it is. Even your 3D print beds. Every speck of dust is your enemy. For this reason, I'm designing this to be a clean workshop. But the challenge is keeping it that way. Laser cutters will produce dust. 3D printers will produce poop, and every time I enter, I will bring in mud. This also gets more serious too. Those particles are dangerous to lungs, so I want to remove them constantly. The temptation with any build like this is to focus on the things that you like. But as a top tip, fight this urge and instead focus on all the things you hate. By focusing on these, you'll end up with a much better end result, as these are the things that will spoil your enjoyment. For me, I hate cleaning and tidying, so this is something I want to think about very carefully. This workshop is 8 meters by 5 meters, which is much more space than I'm used to. But with more space comes the temptation to spread out, use it inefficiently, and take it for granted. Over time, this will inevitably lead to the emergence of my tormentor, the bane of my existence: mess. To counteract that, I want to approach the design by tightly constraining the room into smaller areas. This forces you to be deliberate and efficient with every inch. And I believe that mindset will help me make the most out of this larger area. To help constrain the space and make it more purposeful, I've divided the workshop into 5 distinct zones, each reflecting a key stage in the making process, from idea to delivery. Firstly, there's the contemplation zone, which is an area of relaxation conducive to coming up with ideas and plans. The Design and Control Centre for planning and coordination. The manufacturing area, which will include a fume cupboard for safety. A lab area for testing. And finally, a flexible zone for adapting to different projects. I've deliberately designed these zones around their purpose rather than specific tools. Tools and technology will evolve over time, but by focusing on the higher level functions, this layout will remain flexible and adaptable for future needs. In most zones, I want drawers. Lots and lots of drawers. So these will run across the whole of the back wall. Now, these will be high density drawers. The vast majority of the stuff that you have in this sort of space is actually pretty small. So high density drawers will be amazing. The point here is I'm not designing for a specific purpose. These drawers will be hyper-modular to cater for any particular future need. Now, I also want the whole room to be modular, to suit whatever project comes up. So I'm going to have some rolling workbenches here so that I can move around to suit different configurations, such as if I'm working on a long project or a wider one or anything else. Then, within this modular configuration, I want to build some zones for the different tools I use. While the zones are designed around their broader purpose rather than specific tools, there will naturally be areas within them dedicated to certain tools. For example, here will be my long-awaited resin printer zone. Here will be the 3D printers, and over here I'll have my laser cutters. This spot will be reserved for an electronics workbench, so I'll have a soldering station, microscopes, and all the usual gadgets. Over here, I'm building a workstation for doing all my designing and controlling of my little army of devices. And of course, I want a spot to think more creatively. So here will be a nice seating area for when I need to think. And now we get to my nemesis. How to keep this clean. Every time I come in, every pile of dust from the laser cutter, every poop from the chute will be a deadly threat to all these paint finishes, epoxy tops and more. Furthermore, I don't want those nasty particles floating around, so I didn't want a dustpan and brush. I wanted a fully automated particle defense system. Okay, soldier, here's what we've got in mind. If you can't see the enemy, you can't fight the enemy. So we need sensors here and here. These will monitor every second of the day to check dust levels. Primary attack vectors will be here, here, and here. Unchecked, it threatens our tools, our precision, and dare I say it, our pride. We anticipate 3 types of attack from dust: point incursions, general attrition, and airborne assault. So I will deploy 3 approaches for this. For point issues, I will be locked and loaded at all times with this stick vacuum. If I may break the fourth wall for a moment, I love this. Just look at this. Genius. This will always be fully charged and automatically emptied to take on whatever mess is created. Secondly, there will be the general attrition of feet, laser dust, and more around the room. K10 will undertake nightly patrols of the entire perimeter to ensure the room is always kept free of threats to its cleanliness. And finally, the air purifier does an amazing job of sucking air in, cleaning it, and spitting it out, purified and dust-free. I've seen this multifunction table popping up in a few places, and I have to say it's really going to earn its place in this space. It's got a Qi charger built in. It glows when air quality is amiss, and it actually cleans the air too. I know it's been designed to be a nice little addition to your living room, and I get that, especially if you live in a city or other places where the air quality is a daily concern. But it's ideal for a craft room or a clean workshop like this, where I want to keep the air clean in a discreet way. It's also a very powerful fan, so this will be really nice in summer if it gets too hot. And it's even got a scent diffuser built in, which is a lovely little touch. So, zooming to my living room, it's solving one of my pet peeves at the moment: cable clutter. Look, Qi charger, side lights, diffuser, fan and air purifier, reduced to one cable. Oh, and it's compatible with Switchbot's new mobile robot. So it'll be able to bring the fan to me. Oh, I'm so going there. So this is the airborne dust tackled. But there's also VOCs from things like the resin printer. And for these, I don't even want them getting into the air. So I'll be creating an enclosure around them all. This will have a heat exchanger to exhaust all this to the outside immediately without losing too much temperature from the room. I'll add an air gradient sensor inside, and this will allow me to use an LED strip as an intelligent indicator of the safety level. Red means don't open, and green means clean. I'll use my awesome X-Tool AP2 air filter to allow me to clean the air from any of my lasers. These can naturally be vented externally too by default, but there's situations where it'll be super handy. For example, if I'm using the pass-through feature of the P2 to engrave really long boards, then I'll want to move the cutter to the middle of the room. So this will allow really easy use of the device without increasing the risks. With all this together, I hope to maintain a dust-free and healthy environment in this workshop, which will, as well as the obvious health benefits, will also help improve the quality of my work and save me valuable time. For example, not having to sand out those specks in the finish coats. By handing over these tasks that I just don't enjoy to automated devices who do enjoy it,
cleaning makes me happy.
I will create more time to do the things that I enjoy, which is making things. And that's where I'll start the next video in this build series, as I begin the task of making the workstations for all these cool things. I'll also cover how I'll be using cameras, not only to monitor the room for security, but also to help manage my home production line of robots and printers. Catch you next time, folks. I'm off to start making the workstations.